We want our final product, our blockchain node, to be like this. In this visual, we have a total of 3 blockchain nodes. But in reality, it may be difficult to prepare 3 PCs or laptops. So instead, we're going to use 3 different port numbers and create a scenario with 3 blockchain nodes. As you see here, we have 3 different port numbers. We have one that's 5000, 5002, and 5001. We can change the port numbers and start up the web server. We can generate REST APIs to implement this data transmission. First, let's focus on this node, which is the one with port 5000, and implement this using our web server for Go. To do this, first let's go to our projects. And inside Go Blockchain, we have Blockchain, Utils, and then Wallet. We want to create another directory, and we'll name this one as Blockchain Server, and click OK. We'll click New, and then name this one as Main. We're looking at our Blockchain Server folder, and this says Package. We want to directly call on this later on, so we'll delete this and rewrite it to main for our package. For example, we can have func main fmt print ln test. Then we want to run main, so we'll click this on the upper left. We'll select Edit Configurations, and we want to add one more, so we'll click on the plus sign. We'll access Go Build, and we're going to name this Blockchain Server. Our run kind will be directory. And we don't want it located at the top, but be located in our blockchain server folder that we just created. We'll click on Apply, and now onto this working directory. We want the working directory to be the top folder. We'll click on OK and then run our code. And when we do, we see test down here. Next, inside this blockchain server folder, we want to create another file. We'll select New Go File and name it Blockchain Server. We'll click on OK. We have inside our blockchain server, blockchainserver.go and main.go. Our package name is main. Let's select our blockchainserver.go, and I'm going to close this for now. First, our type is going to be blockchain server. We want to create the blockchain server struct from now. And regarding our port, we're going to specify as uint16. Port numbers from 0 to 65,535 exist, and instead of an integer, we can say uint16. Next, we'll write func blockchain server. After this, we want to use port numbers in the 5000s range, so we want to specify the port in our parameter. And after that, we want to return blockchain server and include our port. Later on, we want to confirm our port number, so we're going to add on a method to return our port number for our blockchain server. Next, we'll write return BCS port. For now, we wanted to return hello world to see if our web server is up and running. We'll write HTTP response writer. This concept is often introduced in introductory courses and manuals for Go. So if this is unfamiliar, please do a little research on it. If you look at Go documents, you'll see examples that will introduce these concepts and terms. These are the keywords you should be looking for when researching. And this time too, we'll refer to IO write string. W, which is our response writer, will be followed by hello world. This is what we need to write in our response writer. We want to call on this hello world. So we'll write func BCS blockchain server, then run. When we run this, we'll write HTTP handle func. When the web server's / is called upon, then we're going to call hello world. Then this will be followed by log fatal. Let's scroll up and import log. Then we're going to write HTTP listen and serve, followed by 0000:. Then we want our port number, so we'll write strconf integer ASCII, then int BCS port. We don't need a handler, so we'll write nil. Let's start this up using a Go web server. Now, regarding web servers, in introductory courses, this may be introduced, but if this is new to you or you want to refresh your memory, you can go to the Go document and look at writing web applications. This page introduces how you can start up a web server and how to use the templates. If you want to review your skills in this area, you can access this Writing Web Applications site, and the URL for this site is golang.org/doc/articles/wiki. Now, we want to call this from our main.go. This main.go is located within this blockchain server folder. We see two main.gos, so it's a little confusing. Let's access this lower one, and we're not going to use this anymore, so let's erase this section. We'll be using this init section, so we'll copy this and paste it to our main.go. We won't be accessing this main.go file, so we'll delete this one. And now that we've cleaned up our files, we'll be writing more codes in our main.go file that's located in our blockchain server folder. And let's delete this line here. And when we're going to run our main, we want to specify our port number, and to do that, we'll be using a flagged package. This may be easier to understand if we just wrote the code. So here, this will be port, then set it to 5000 as our default. We'll enter an explanation as to what this port number is. Let's write TCP port number for blockchain server. Then, flag parse. This will be followed by fmt println port. This fmt wasn't imported automatically, so we'll manually input it here. And regarding when we actually run this, let's look at our terminal for this. The folder we're looking at is blockchain_server. When we write go run main.go, we'll add help as our option, and then run. When we do, we see dashport uint TCP port number for blockchain server default 5000. Now, for example, let's write port 5001 and run our code. This will return the port's address. When we want to see what's inside this refers to what's inside the pointer, so we'll use asterisk. Let's run this again, and we see 5001. This means we can use the port number that we specified. We can use 5002 and other numbers to specify what port numbers can be used when we start up main.go. For now, let's close our terminal. We want to use this port to start up our web server. So we'll write app new blockchain server. And we want to specify a port number to this. So we'll cast this with uint16 followed by app run. We don't need this fmt up here, so we'll delete this and run our code. And when we do run our code, we might get the message on a Mac, but just click on allow. Next, let's open up our web server and access 00005000. Please access this and you should see Hello World. And for those who aren't using Golang, I'm going to close this web browser by clicking this red button here. Please access your terminal, and right now inside your projects, you should have blockchainserver.go and main.go. You need both of these, so we'll write go run main.go and blockchainserver.go. We need to specify the two names followed by the port number you choose. We'll press enter, and then 5001 will be set up, and let's click on the plus to the right here. We'll write 00005001. When we access this, we see Hello World. So for those who aren't using Golang, this is one way to specify the port number. For those of you who are using Golang, you can access Edit Configurations and look at the section for program arguments. You could change this to port 5002, then click on Apply and OK. Let's run our code, and let's also copy and paste this. We'll rewrite this to 5002 now. Even when this is changed to 5002, we still get Hello World. Again, if you're using Golang, you can specify by accessing this Run Debug Configurations. For right now, I want to start it up using our default port, so we'll delete what we've written, then click on Apply, then OK. Our web server is up and running. So let's move on to our next lecture.